So this problem, special permutation, came in Educational Codeforces round 117 division 2. The problem statement says that a permutation of length n is an array P which contains every integer from 1 to n inclusive exactly once. For example, this array 4, 2, 6, 5, 3, 1 is a permutation of length 6, as all the integers from 1 till 6 has occurred exactly once in the array. Now you are given three integers n, a, b, where n is an even number. Print any permutation of length n that the minimum among all its elements of the left half equals a, and the maximum among all its elements of the right half equals b, and print -1 if no such permutation exists. So let's look at the test cases once. So for this 6 to 5, n is 6, n will always be even, so you can divide the array exactly into two equal halves, and a is 2 and b is 5. So what we can do is we'll have 6 places, and in this first half there will be 3 integers, in the second half there will be 3 integers again, and in the first half the minimum integer should be 2, and in the second half the maximum integer has to be 5. So what we can do is iterate from 1 till n and see if we can place them as per the given constraints. So suppose there is the first number is 6, right? So 6 cannot be put in the second half, right? Because 5 is the maximum. So 6 is greater than 5, so it cannot be put in the second half, so it has to be here in this in the left half. Now now the next number is 5. 5 is already here, so we will move to the next number, 4. Now 4 can be placed anywhere, right? 4 can be placed either here or here. Let's see which place we can put it. Now the next number is 3. 3 can also be put in this half also, and in this half also. And then 2 is the next number. 2 is already placed, and then there is 1. So now 1 cannot be placed here, right? 1 cannot be placed here, so 1 has to be here only, because 1 is, if we put 1 here, then the minimum among the left half will become 1, which violates our condition, because 2 has to be the minimum among this left half. So now 4, 3 can be put anywhere. So let's say we put 4 here and we put 3 here. So this is one possible permutation: 2, 6, 4, 5, 3, 1. Now this would only be our approach, that we first took the input of the integers NAB. We first took the input of the integers NAB, and then we created an array to store the permutations, and we initialized all of them as 0 to check that if in the end we will check if every number has been placed exactly once, then we will print the array. Otherwise we'll if in any place in the array there is a 0 left, then we will print that it's -1. So we initialized all of the values of the array to 0, and after performing the operation, if any of the values in the array still has 0, then we will mark flag as false, and if flag is false, then we will output -1, which will mean that there is no valid permutation available for the given input. Now what are we doing in this for loop is that Let me do this. So basically in this left half, and there is this right half. So in this left half the minimum is A, and in the right half the maximum is B. So we want all of the numbers greater than A to be put in this the remaining places, right? In this remaining places. So all of the numbers, so that is why I have started with I equals to n, right? So that all of the highest numbers, if they are greater than a, then I'll put it here in the left half. And uh, after only I've finished completing the left half, I'll come to the right half, and now by the time when we have got to the right half, all of the highest numbers have been already filled in the left half, right? And now we have only the smaller numbers, so we have to make sure that the numbers which are less than b, we fill it up here. So that is what is being done here. That okay, if the first condition is that if the, because here I initialized the index, the first index and the n by 2th index with a and b respectively, and then I'm checking that if the array of index has already a or b, then I will increase the index and the count of I. Okay, and so let's take an example which was given here. Um, it was 6 to 5, right? Okay. So we have 6 to 5. So it will start with I equals to 6 and it will go till n. So let me draw out the 6 indexes. 4, 5 and 6. In the first, in the, this is the 0th index, first index, second index, third, fourth and fifth. So in the 0th index I have put a, which is equal to 2, and in the n by 2 is 6 by 2 3. So this is the right half. Right half's first index I have put the b, the value of b, which is 5. Now the loop will start with I equals to 6, and it will check the index is 1 because we have filled the 0th index. Now the index is pointing it here. Now if the index has already, now the values are 0 here. Before filling, the values are 0 here. If the value, if the index has already a or b, then we will move on to the next index. Now otherwise, if the index is less than n by 2, that is it is in the left half, the index pointer. If it is in the left half and I is greater than a, that is the I is greater than n, because we want, if it is in the left half, then we want only those values which are greater than a, right? And I should not be equal to b. So if that condition satisfies, then we'll put in this index the value of I. So it was 6. Now the index is 1. 1 is less than 3, and 6 is greater than 2, and also 6 is not equal to 5, which is b. So we'll put 6 here as per the as per our code, 6 here. Now then I will decrease to 5. Now again we will check if the, now index is also moved to here. Now we'll check if the array, this index again has 0, so we'll check, we'll move on to the next else if condition. Now index is still less than n by 2 and I is greater than a, 5 is greater than 2, but 5 is already a value here which is equal to b, so we will not do that. So this condition becomes false and we will not enter into this condition. And the next condition is index is greater than n by 2, which is again false. So then 5 will decrease, I will decrease to from 5 to 4. Now again 4 we will check if now the index pointer is still pointing at 2, right? So now index is 2, 2 is less than 3, and I is 4, 4 is greater than a, which is 2, and 4 is not equal to 5. So we'll put 4 here. We'll put 4 here, and index will increase to by 1, and it will point to 3. Now now here the index is equal to b, so it will move on. In the index will increase, will get get increased by 1, and we have done I plus plus because we have not placed that 3 value without, we have moved, we are not placing the third value, that is the value I equals to 3. So we are increasing it, and now I will become 4, and then again when it will go through this I minus minus, it will become 3 again. So now it will check 3. Now index is greater than n by 2. Index is greater than n by 2, and it is 3 is less than 5, and 3 is not equal to 2 a. So we will place 3 here, and then here the index will will move to 5, the fifth index, and the value is now 2. So 2 is again already here, so it will it will, this condition will become false, so it will not enter. Now then again I minus minus, and it will become 1, and this condition will become true, so this will be filled as 1. So this was the whole concept, that the bigger numbers will start from the last n, I equals to n, and we will fill them in the first, that is in the left half, because we want all the higher possible numbers which are greater than a to be in the left half itself. We and all the the numbers smaller than b in the right half. So that was the code. And now, yeah, this one I have already explained, that if any of the values remains 0, the array values remains 0, then we will not print the array. Will print -1, which will indicate that there is no valid permutation available for the given input. That was it. If you have any doubts, please write down in the comment section. Thank you.